Tell me, how do you make your reverbs more interesting? There's a ton of reverb types nowadays that you can use and that you can be very creative with. And yeah, it's quite overwhelming. There are many knobs to turn up and down, and you don't always know which reverb to use. And it's amazing that we have so many possibilities nowadays to apply an effect in such a creative ways. One of the types of reverb I've been using more than the others lately is the reverb that gets me away from the knobs, that gets me creative, but a different type of creativity, not a knob creativity, but more a listener creativity, a listener in terms of listening to the room. I'm talking about acoustic reverbs from real life rooms, from real places. I've been hunting reverbs from different places, different rooms, from warehouses, whole living rooms and stuff, and reverbs that I enjoyed, and I captured them and I've been using them in my own music, and I made them available to you. They are here in the description. Follow the link and download the reverbs and start using them today. So here I've got the same drum track I had in my last video, where I showed you how to enhance the drum recording with my samples. It's heavier, it's a cool drum recording now, but there's a problem with the samples. The problem is that it makes the drums sound more artificial, obviously, because the samples are artificially put in the recording. They weren't in the real recording. So I used reverbs to make it a little warmer, a little different. So first I'll bypass the reverb to show you how it was before. Let's turn the reverbs on, okay? Snare reverb, room reverb. Let's take a listen. I love snare reverbs. They are amazing. They give a lot of character to the song, and I'm using reverb mainly on the snare and on the room tracks. The room where these drums were recording was not a huge room, so I needed a little reverb to bring it up. You may want to use a software that enables you to load your reverbs, your IRs. I'm using this software. It's a free software. You can upgrade it. You can use the paid version. I'm not using the paid version, at least yet. The free version is really good. It allows me to explore a lot of stuff. I'm using here for the snare this reverb called Soaky 6 Fat from Soaky Snare Reverbs. It's one of the Soaky Snare Reverbs in my pack are among those that are the only that were prepared exclusively, not exclusively, but more appropriately for the snare. They sound crazy with the snares. They were processed to sound good on snares, but they might sound good in anything in the mid-range. These are the only reverbs, the Soaky Snare reverbs are the only ones that I processed. All the other reverbs, I just left them like I captured them, so you can process it as you wish. I set this reverb, the Soaky 6 Fat, to my snare bus. Okay, I have a gate on my snare bus. Just get rid of sounds that I don't want here bleed. And I put a pretty decent level of reverb on my snare bus. It makes a total difference. In the room track, I use the same software to load the reverb. This time SD2 reverb is engaged. SD stands for small diaphragm. It was captured with a pair of small diaphragm microphones, pencil microphones, and it works really nicely with on the room tracks. In the room tracks, I EQ'd the room tracks, compressed a lot, and used this plugin. It's a tape simulator by Arturia. Yes, and it gets my room tracks dirty. Let's have a listen to the room track before and after the processing. I want my rooms to be dirty. I want my rooms to fill up the recording. I don't want my rooms to be clean. I have got all the other mics to make it sound clean and crystal clear. The rooms are not here for that. Let's go to the snare. Huge difference on the snare. It's very noticeable. Okay, let's have another listen to this recording with and without the reverbs. It sounds way more cozy to me, at least to me. It sounds cozier. It sounds like a real drums in real life in a real room, rather than just a bunch of punchy samples. The punchy samples are great for metal and for rock and for many other genres. The samples really enhance your drums, but the reverbs also give you the character you might want. The reverb is obviously not an effect exclusive to the drums. First instrument I'm thinking about when I think about reverb is not even the drums, it's the guitar, because I'm a guitar player, and we guitar players use reverb pedals and stuff to make our music deeper or more interesting, you know. So I'm also using this reverb for a guitar recording, a small guitar recording I've got here for you. I'm using this very same plugin, the convolution easy free from Melda Production, free version. This time I loaded LD-DN2 LD. What does that mean? LD large diaphragm, exactly. Large diaphragm. I captured it with my Rode NT2A. DN, it means downstairs, I remember. Downstairs because I was in a warehouse, and downstairs it sounded crazy. It sounded with a lot of modulations, you know, this reverb that comes and goes, and it might sound interesting in many cases. This might not be the ideal reverb for a snare, because for a snare you want a reverb that sounds more like a real room reverb, more like real life. Despite of this one being a real room reverb, reverb from real life, Okay, that was a lot going on in that room, and this reverb goes up and down, and to me it makes more interesting for guitars, a bit like a spring reverb, you know, those springs on the amps. Let's have a listen without the reverb. With the reverb. Angelical, you know, to me at least. By the way, I'm using my Diesel VH4 amp on this track. I know the Diesel VH4 is a high gain amp for metal and stuff, but it can be very neutral and very clean. I'm using the channel 1, the cleanest channel from this amp for this video. Download my reverb collection, my reverb pack, and get a software that allows you to load the IRs, the reverb IRs, like this one. This is a nice free software. There are a lot of other softwares that also work great, and have fun and be creative with your music and with your effects. Bye!